Oh my God.
Let me see you try.
Then nagano lang, may binigay ulit ng stream key. He gave the new one stream key for another platform. So they have 3 live.
Oh, okay.
2 YouTube, 1 Facebook. This is a living. No more, no less.
But no Instagram.
Yes, they have another person who use the Instagram. Making live, but another person. Forward. For me, if you are, they have a international, before that, if you have list of the damas. Yes, it depends if you give the national food like you send the feed and then the foods like this. These are the manga for Padel Manila in the Philippines sharing. Yes. Yeah, never done that. But you see in the here, no more. This is naman, where, who is smart? Person. Person. Yes. Yes. share everyone that the player share the page, then
Right, right, right.
yeah. Um, for me, it's okay. But the audio, and this is where I no idea how about this to run.
Right.
Yeah, so for me, for the quality of the all they talking about the interview, just like a phone. This is very nice.
Yeah,
For
smooth.
the yes, exactly. The like they have a last two player you interview here.
Right. Is that
So
good? Yeah.
yeah. How are you? How
It was
many?
good conversation back and forth.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Then he said, 10 years for the playing, from amateur, then 1 year in the pro. I think they have 18 years old. The
Yeah.
girls playing, di ba? Right?
Well, the 18, 19 year old right here, Luke and Anise, his partner, they're 18 and 19,
Yes,
and
exactly.
they're ranked.
Oh, so I'm listening like that. That's nice. And then I can remember for the what
Right, right,
percentage.
right. Like, Anise is ranked in the top 100, and then Luke over here from Spain is ranked in the top 1,000.
Yes, they
So,
have. You know,
I didn't realize how many players there are. He's like, yeah, there's like 50, 60,000
they have a
players.
10,000 followers. Alan, can you share that
Right, right,
post
right.
that
We
Manila
need to have it
Padel?
all shoot it out too.
Yes.
Or whoever has a big audience, this is like we'll get the boost from that.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't bring it into FIP, their international,
Oh.
for the for the share rate. Oh, what happened? I'm leaving an hour. Going to stick it. Good game, man. That's why I said you're making the best game so far. So Luke, hey, Fred.
Ala. Okay, at dadagsog pa daw. Sabi, send the app stream.
Oh, so it's updated.
They have a three only.
Yeah, at first, because when they started opening us,
Oh, they have a limit.
they didn't have anything on 41. But it's okay. What's that? Well, we never opened fees on the front. In order for him to be scoring, so generally, so there's an app. Well, there's an app for the scoring, right? So when you update the score this week, well, on the scoring, remember we were talking about that?
Yeah, they have one person using the app and then I factory for the story.
Okay, so one is doing manually down there, and then sorry, in the app, you see directly.
If they have a manual, I can sit here in the manual and I can hear the manual score on the live. What the sense?
Who put the score on the screen?
On my people up downstairs.
Okay, downstairs, we can go.
Yes, and then me, we're the scoring person manually. I'm looking for in the morning and then nothing. And what we're the scoring manually. And then if they're manually, I sit here and sit both manually and then I call. 15 lap on the
So
Philippines.
I can get this over, I can get somebody to score. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know, because I thought it was over to you. No, I thought Alan talked to me about that. I'm like, listen, Alan, you want to make sure that we can have that all taken care of. If I make two actions, so Thursdays, qualifiers, getting second, Fridays, so Friday, everything's
Yeah, okay, they have a scoring tomorrow. One person?
Thursday.
That's right, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I know.
Okay. Okay. Hello. Ganito. Mag-hire ako ng isang tao para maging picture lang ng mga manual tayo. This is what you need. Hindi na mag-i-decision pangalan tsaka yung slot na lang ito. Sasabihin nila nito, ito na lang view. Halimbawa, Philippines saka Japan o 15 lang sa Japan. Para mabilis, di ba? Lagay mo dyan 15, 30, 40, 1 set. Score lang yun. So, mangyayari ito manual. Oo. So, gagawin ko, ano ko na so.
Do you see well? Or you see me? Or you just looking at the screen? No, it's free. It's free. So you
But if they have another that here, you see the uncle here, if they have a problem. So tomorrow they see another guy.
Right. That's right. Yeah, we got to. That's like, especially if there's qualifiers.
Another person. So you have a tomorrow I have a work or not.
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah. The answer is yes. It's like I said, we're gonna be calling. Yeah, it's great. Yeah. And it sounds like
Ikaw, oy, Jen, ganun na lang, Jen. Ha? Ngayon man labas mo yung halimbawa, score, bawa ko na kung paano yun. Kung yung tay-tay, hindi ko alam kung tay-tay, paano yung basahan ng tay-tay nun eh, 40-40, parang ganun. Kahit hindi na natin nabuling. Oo, mamanual mo yan, kapatid. Hindi pwedeng ano. Kasi mamanual lang din nila yung kumbaga pakipakip lang yan eh. Kaya ang gagawin ko. Ngayon, kukulang ako bukas. Doon sa mag-iipon. Tapos magsasalita.
My phone is right
Wala
there.
nang ginagawa siguro.
Huh?
Sabihin mo na lang, ano bansa yun? Pinutin lang sa
You're
ano.
here?
Anong bansa? Kasi bansa na lang ang magiging ano mo yun eh. Q eh.
Okay.
Hindi, pag-uwis naman, madali lang naman yun eh. Halimbawa yung una mo, halimbawa Japan tsaka Philippines. O, yan lang naman yan eh. Diba? Ang magiging mahirap dyan, pag dalawang Pilipinas. Oo, ang gagawin mo dyan, yung pangalan na lang. Pwede mo naman i-delay. Hindi naman pwede pag ano, yun na yun eh. Diba? Tama ba ako? Tama ba ako? Oo. Kasi kung ano, kung wala tayong trabaho hanggang ngayon na lang. Oo. Hindi naman bro, hindi naman yung mga ganyan. Kasi nag-stress ka. Dahil boring naman siya. Naman ako, tangin na ako, nakukulangan ako sa story. Kaya nag-stress sila mga hindi natin alam. Dahil sabi nga, hindi kami ginili. Wala naman dito sa sabi ko. Wala rin sila maano, manually ba? Hindi manually. Wala sila maano. Sila yung ano. Ayusin mo yung camera mo buwan. Direkatin mo lang. Hindi, may mga mahirap na din yan. Madali mag-stream. Oo, madali yan bro. Pero yung workflow ng mga sport cameraman, yung may experience ka, yun ang matatalo ka.
Tsaka, kasi, pag nag-set up
command will assign. They have a type, so they have a type name, command, or well, sing. Yes, and sing. So if they have wrong of the name, they have so there's a problem because they have reflect on the master. They qualify, yeah, Thursday. And then in the morning, I talked to where are the score man. And they said, not pay.
Well, they didn't tell me that. I said, oh, there's nothing in the story. They're all friends. I mean, you know, but they're so they need to define it. So
Yeah.
see how close it is to the live.
Well, they very easy. They have the man, they know the Excel.
Yeah.
Name, then put it or one set, in. Because this here, this is automatically change what they type on the laptop,
Yeah.
and then they score.
Let me ask you something. Me and him are old. Can you make the lettering a little bit bigger? I mean, that so that we see
The name,
the score.
the score. Oh
You
my
know,
God.
well, the whole thing. Can you make it a little slightly bigger? Or no?
No, this is
So should we have our phones done probably as a just so
I
that
will be trying. I will be trying to another monitor. What
just a
score?
just a
No,
little
no, no, no. They score only.
okay.
And then the name and then they score only.
Okay.
So if you see that, okay.
Okay.
Or either, oh, I will be trying. I'm not a promise, but I will be trying my
Okay,
best.
okay, okay. Yeah. Listen, I'm not trying to put more work on your shoulders. I just want, it's the first time for you, for us, forever.
Yeah.
It's so fun. I don't get to listen for production. The people talking. It's my favorite reason.
Yeah. Because they have no idea where is the life that is in.
Right.
So they have no, okay, let's play. Okay, they have a camera, okay, it's okay. Okay. So if you know that we are live on the page in the internet or whatever the platform, oh, because they have a chance when you taking in the team, right?
Right.
Then they, this guy is very nice, and then they have a sponsor them. So they have a little miss for the advertising their page, their event, they have top 10, they have, you know, if this year, after the game, they have a part higher, the photo is nice.
How many things?
I don't know, yeah. So they, it's
I
like,
lost count. It's not commenting. So I lost count.
kailangan ko, kailangan ko magsikat mo. Okay, para mawala ka. Kung hindi ako nangailangan tawag dito, kung wala nang nagagawa ko, bigat naman, hindi ako nag-ate.
Patay ka sa
Libre ka dyan, no? Sinagot mo yung pamasahe ko doon. Libre yun eh. Libre yung trabaho yun. Sabi ko na, libre na. Matang nung kahit mga dalawang araw lang ako dito, magpang na ito. Wala ako pa niya. Eh, may mas good. Tingnan ako doon. Well, tawag ko lang kasi mga boss. Oo. Ngayon, ako boss nila. Sila biglang nila. So ngayon, pag sila yung sila yung naglabas, kinuha ko, sila yung boss ko. kaya kaya niya mag-provide yung internet doon sa location. Di ba, sa tapos yan eh. Yun ang trabaho na ibibigay mo lang sa meron akong, hindi wala ako nakausap. Meron ako nakasabay sa PRC lisensya. Di ba PRC yung mga lisensya ng mga masteral, mga nag-renew. Dahil nag-drive ako, sila, nag-rent sila. Ang ganon, nag-provider. On the go, parang ganun, on the go. Maganda ako din.
Nuevo Cupra Born, 100% eléctrico.
You gon'
Nuevo Cupra Born. 100% eléctrico.
Get down in the car, one time give it all. Bust it open hard, let me see you jump. I fucked up this Russell, day we hustle, but the oh my God. Let me see you jump.
Nuevo Cupra Born. 100% eléctrico.
You go from
Nuevo Cupra Born. 100% eléctrico.
Wait lang. Porsche? scoring.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that to him the first time,
What's that?
to those two. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything to him until I had everything sorted out.
Yeah.
He'll be okay.
It'll be all right, man.
It's good. It's all good. 20s. It's good. It's working.
Love 15.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Sean.
Hey, Alan.
How you doing?
Good, man. Back live. Got a great match set up here at Love 15.
Yep, to all the viewers down there, Sean and I were down there making some rounds, talking to some of the players.
Man, the excitement here for this first tournament, Alan, is unbelievable.
That's
we have
right.
so many players in from everywhere. Planes are landing, and people are ready to play some paddle.
That's right. The energy down there is very high. It's like the voltmeter is going through the roof.
And we've got a great contest here too. It's all even right now as we see it.
And for those of you that are paddle players that are in the area, we'd love for you to come up here and join us for some commentary. That way you can help pass and enlighten and educate the viewers in this sport on some of the technical plays and explain it from your position as a player. We'd love to have you. So if that's something that you'd be interested in, come on up to the Manila Paddle Club and we'll get you up here to join us on some commentation of some games.
Yeah, we've got a highly competitive match here.
Oh, there we go. There's a serve.
We've got 30-40 as the score.
They're taking position. They're up, attentive.
Oh, into the net.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yep.
We're going to get another round here. There we go.
There we go.
Returns. Another good return. A little bit of power on that one.
Yeah. It's a great score there. Yeah, everybody's excited. You know, we're starting today and going all the way through Sunday, Alan, and you know, we got the men's kicking off on Friday, and you know, there's just so much excitement at Manila Paddle Club, you know, this entire week, and you know, we've got plenty of sponsors out here from Bench Active to Heineken to K-Swiss. You know,
That's
just
right.
so many have come out from a sponsorship standpoint to really see how important paddle is to the Philippines and to BGC specifically.
You know, and there's a lot that goes into this too. I know you guys are watching the game, you're seeing the game, and for those of you that are paddlers that come out and paddle, it's more intensive though, especially for the club owners that are licensed. So the sponsors, the monetization, and their support is what makes this possible for a club to be able to operate at this level. And then, of course, also the players coming from all over the world. So having the players, having the sponsors, having the club owners, and then having the FIP, having it all mixed up like that, it's like everyone brings added value to the table. If you take away any one of those deliverables, you wouldn't be able to put it on at this level.
Absolutely. Like I said, Rome wasn't built in a day, but like I said, Manila Paddle has built the foundation for this initial tournament. And like I said, there's more to come. This is just the beginning, folks.
Right. Elena and Fred built this club in 3 years.
3 years.
And that speaks volumes to them, too, to be able to participate and host the FIP Rise Manila International Tournament.
Absolutely. And we've got a heated contest here.
Here we go. Bounce. Another bounce. And
Into the net.
that one didn't make it. It's all right. He's going to get another one, and it goes over. Is returned. Return another one. Successful return. Another return.
Great volley back and forth from both of these teams.
Off the wall.
And we've seen it since the beginning, Alan, since 8 o'clock this morning. Everybody's coming here to play, and everybody's coming here to try and win. And like I said, the way that you win in paddle is communication, teamwork, working together collaboratively to win.
And
You're not going to do it on your own.
I love how the finesse is when you're playing the ball off of the wall.
Right.
It's like a lot of these players, especially the professional players, they know the ball is going to go off of that wall. And instead of like sprinting to get into the position, I see them doing more of like a graceful move to put themselves in the best position on the three-dimensional court to then allow them to take advantage so that they can reposition or return to their opposition.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen it here, and the enthusiasm from the spectators that we've spoken to as well. People are excited about paddle because paddle's not just for the professionals, it's for everyone, Alan. You know, from the real young children all the way up, you know, from beginner to professional. Everybody, there's a place for everybody when it comes to paddle.
Oh, it looks like that one went out. Did that one go out?
Yeah, it looks like it went out.
Oh, it looks like that one went out. Here we go. Over.
Here's the serve.
Return. Volley. Shaking it off. Taking positions.
What's great too, Alan, all the courts are being used, obviously for the mixed tournament right now that we're in, but you know, going forward, every court will be used for the tournament.
That is correct, and that's a good point, Sean. We actually have 5 games, well, I think 4 games going on right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's exciting, Alan, because we get to speak to the players. You know, we get to hear, why did you join paddle? What got you involved with paddle? How many years have you been playing? Why is it important to you to be part of paddle? And obviously, they're coming in at the foundational level, Alan, when it comes to building this sport. Because obviously 2028 is right around the corner, and you know, it may end up in the Olympics at some point. So, you know.
So, and that's key too, Sean. Like, as it correlates to the players that are here, you know you got your matches coming up when the deck comes out. If you have one of your peers or one of your friends and you want them to come up and do your technical commentary, you are more than welcome to join us. And we would love to have you up here. You can educate the viewers and, of course, represent your country and show support for your players in the sport that you love, that we all love. And we do have a surprise for you guys tomorrow. We actually have a couple Japanese players that are going to come up here and do the commentation in Japanese for the other Japanese players that are going to be playing the tournament tomorrow.
Oh, that is fantastic news.
Yes.
Absolutely fantastic news.
So Indonesia, España, if you want to follow in suit with that, we encourage you, we welcome you, and we've got 2 other chairs up here.
Right.
And we can have a great dialogue while you're providing some amazing technical commentary.
Yeah, the great thing about this sport is, especially for this tournament, is we've got folks coming in from everywhere around the world. You know, this is a global sport, and it's a global sport that's growing at such a rapid pace, Alan.
Oh, yes. Yes, it is off the charts. Again, like going back, I think it was, the rumor is there's 160 courts that were just built in Indonesia in the last year. And then
you've got Jakarta. I know in talking with some of the folks from Indonesia, we had heard that it's growing like crazy in that part of Indonesia, you know, at a rapid pace. So it's and we're going to see the same thing here in BGC in Manila and Cebu and some of the other areas throughout the Philippines.
Right, and Maximilia is supposed to be coming up here to do some commentary on one of the Indonesian games.
Yep.
And I believe that's happening tomorrow.
And earlier we saw a huge contingency of Indonesia players. So, I mean, like I said, this sport is a global sport, and you can get involved at a very early age, you know, and that's why we encourage the people that are local, come out here and support Manila Paddle Club and become a member, you know, bring your family.
That looked like that was a good serve with a 6 return volley on that, if I caught that count correctly.
Yeah, I believe you did. Yeah, and we've got 15 love right now.
And then, okay, there's a return.
The great thing, too, that lob is a great equalizer in this sport, Alan, and I'm learning that as we go. That's something where if we want to get them backed off the net, we've got to implement that lob, you know, and then you know, it's like a tug of war back and forth where at one point you're on the offensive, at the other point you're on the defensive. It really depends on the communication you have with your partner.
And down there, chopping it up with some of the players, it seems like there's different techniques that the different players incorporate while they're on the field, Sean.
Right. And we heard from players earlier today, and this was exciting to find out, you know, what's their fitness look like? You know, going into a tournament like this, what does that look like? What are you eating nutritionally? You know, what are the things that you need to make sure you have in your body so that you're going to, you know, have the maximum benefit to your game?
It seems like the common theme is clean carbohydrates with a form of chicken protein, and then clean caffeine, meaning like a coffee with no dairy or sugar in it, and then of course water is what the trending theme is with the players that we've interacted with thus far. But I mean, there's also Heineken too.
There is.
There's them Heinies.
There is. That's for after the match is over with and you've completed your tournament for that day. You know, Heineken would certainly be a good thing. You know, if you're not a drinker, Celsius is an amazing organization and company and product. They have an amazing products as well. So.
Right, but if you want to pump open a pint or a bottle and toast one up with your friends, with your fellow teammates, celebrate a victory, you know, Heineken is a great beverage to utilize.
Yeah, absolutely. And somebody may be doing a big toast because we've got the trophies right behind us, Alan, the plaques right behind us for the championship. So
yes, and we want to say thank you to Heineken for being a sponsor. They have the Heineken bar out here. They got the green fluorescent lights on it tonight. It's definitely down there shining and polarizing. And there's plenty of Heineken here too for those of you that are spectating in person. So, yep, we encourage you to swing by the Heineken bar and get yourself a Heine.
Absolutely, absolutely. And like I said, interact with not only the owners of the club, but the players are here. And, you know, there's just so much to take in, especially if you're local. Make some time, plan some time for your family to come out here to see some enjoyable paddle and really get involved, because the fitness and the discipline and the teamwork and the collaboration that your son or daughter is going to learn from learning paddle, you know, it'll go on for your lifetime, you know, for a lifetime. So I really encourage, you know, to come out here and really take it in.
Yes. You know, and speaking of taking it in, I think we're going to make some enhancements up here too for tomorrow. I think we're going to pull up a draft board. So that way we got a possible projection of what it's going to look like in the tournament moving forward. Here on the side for the visual aids, so when we have the commentators up here, they'll be able to speak to that piece too.
Absolutely.
The technical ones.
That's a great idea.
A little bit of Ricky Ticky there.
Right.
Did you see that?
This game is back and forth. And like I said, it's competitive from the start at 8 a.m. early this morning to right now.
Wow, look at that.
People are not leaving the foot off the gas, that's for sure.
The way that they just went on that return, that was really good because it was almost dead cent down the center line. Oh, we've got Ishvan up here, our director from Mexico.
That's right.
Come on over, brother.
I believe it's Guadalajara, Mexico.
Do we got the boom mic on? I think that we do. Hey, Ishvan, you want to say a few words to those that are tuning in?
How you doing, guys? How is it going here?
It's doing great.
It's going great.
How's the production
Enjoying the
booth
game?
down there doing?
Oh, it's wonderful.
What's the crowd looking like from your tempo?
It starts slowly get more people in here, so usually it's nighttime when all the people comes, yeah?
Yeah.
During the day, less people, and nighttime everybody come in, so we have more audience now than what we have in the morning.
Right, because you can
Yeah.
feel the difference
Yes.
in the air right now. It's not as intense.
But
and
it's
there's
like-
also a breeze.
It's building. You know what I
Breezing,
mean? You
yeah.
can feel it building, you know, and the players are coming, they're traveling all over the world for this tournament, you know what I mean? And this is the first they've done in BGC Manila. So this is an exciting time,
Yeah.
you know, for the club, for the community, and to get everyone involved in paddle. Everybody can learn, whether you're a beginner or someone that's, you know, been in tennis and making the transition over to paddle, or maybe you were in ping pong and you're making the transition over to paddle.
And Ishvan, so we know you got movies coming out in various different platforms. We were talking about that earlier. With this piece here, is this the first time you've done a project in the Philippines?
This is my first time in the Philippines. I never traveled here. This is and I love the town, love the city. I love the people, beautiful people, very welcoming, very warm.
And this morning, Ishvan had a special treat of having a Filipino breakfast with
Yes.
that incorporated some
Steaks,
some steak,
egg,
and some eggs,
sausage,
and some sausage with rice.
and rice.
Yeah, with some hot sauce.
Yes.
Look, we're local now, so that's how we do it, Ishwan. I mean, me and Alan are local at this point, you know.
Maybe
we're,
this is. Maybe this is gonna be a third country I'm living in at the same time. I
yes.
was living in U.S., San Diego, and Guadalajara, and now it's gonna add to it. It's gonna be
Well,
Manila.
it's all about building that foundation, you know, and that's what the club is doing here. Manila Paddle Club is doing for this community, and like I said, every year it's going to get bigger and bigger. You know, we have 21
Yes.
sponsors this year. Maybe we double, triple that number the next year or for the next tournament. You know,
Exactly,
and
exactly.
there's so much support from the community and so much support, you know, from the players and interacting with them. And that was the one thing me and Alan were talking about, was the interaction with the players, finding out their story, finding out, you know, where they came from, why they chose paddle, you know, to pursue as a profession. And
You know,
just-
and that's a key thing that I wanted to bring up, gentlemen, is this sport allows you to travel the world.
Yep.
Like in the film industry, Ishvan, how many countries have you been to, approximately?
A few. India,
India,
U.S.,
U.S.,
Mexico,
Mexico,
Canada,
Canada, and now the Philippines.
now the Philippines.
now the Philippines.
Now, if you're involved in the Asian circuit, I mean, you get the opportunity to potentially play in Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, the Philippines, Japan. There's over 50 countries involved in this
Yes.
sport,
Yeah.
all around the world.
It's
So-
a lot of airline miles.
Yes.
A lot of airline.
It's a lot
you
of
can
air-
collect lots of points.
Right.
And for the corporations out there and the companies with your products, this sport is seen around the globe. It's enjoyed around the globe. It is global participation. So that gives the opportunity for your products to be experienced in multiple cultures, multiple countries, all around the globe.
I think this is one of those sports, is a new sport where it's an upcoming sport where it's gonna get very, very popular. It's similar like UFC in a fighting. This is that type of upcoming sport where in 10 years, I think it's going to have a lot of followers, and this is a time to jump in if you want to be in the beginning. If you want to grow, this is the time to jump in.
Right, like there is a big anchor and an existing timeline in España, in Spain.
Yeah.
So they've done a lot of the hard work over the years to get it to where it's at. And now is like where you see all the nations jumping in. And like even the US is starting to explore making a league variation that they're going to be incorporating.
Yes.
Yeah, there's so much growth opportunities, and like Alan mentioned, if you're not on the board, if you're watching the stream and you see all the sponsors in the ticker, we can add your company to that. And like I said, the way that you would do that, Alan, is how?
Emailing info@r2c2.global. It's down there on the ribbon that's constantly going across the page. All right, here we go. We're about to get into another match. Ishvan, it's always a pleasure to have you up here.
Great to be here, guys.
Bonjour. All right,
All right, perfect.
we got a player coming in. Mike, let's go ahead and see if we can get a wider shot here. Here you go, brother.
You want me to here? Oh, okay.
Yeah. He's gonna
Oh, you can adjust.
widen
okay.
the lens there.
Okay.
Okay. So we've got some players taking the field. I think that is a Japanese. Yeah, that's a Japanese
Yeah,
player.
Yeah. And she's Russian. She's Victoria. I play with her sometime.
So we have Russia and Japan on the court right now.
Yeah, yeah.
There's players are stretching out, getting ready,
And I
getting the
think
proper stretch in before we get started, right?
it will be a good match for sure, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is Masumi. Masumi. So, domo arigato gozaimasu, Masumi. Welcome to the Manila Paddle Club, FIP. And, of course, a Philippine greeting to Maganda Gabi. And, of course, bonjour.
Bonjour à
Yeah,
tous.
bonjour.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so right now, would you like to explain to the audience why they have balls going back and forth across the court?
The warm-up in paddle is played in lane. So female play together, male play together, and it's just the moment we exchange some ball, forehand, backhand, some volley, some lob, and that's all. Like, it's very, very basic.
Is there
You see, the Japanese is volley, and she's training the volley, and Victoria is sending her, and after Victoria will do the same for her, and after a few minutes, yeah, it's ready to go.
So when they're doing these warm-ups, is there a typical stroke count on it, or is it time variable, or is it really just depend on the people that are doing it?
Well, the goal is not to make the point, so we don't hit too hard, but we try to feel the ball and warm up. That's all.
Okay, so they're like getting acclimated.
Yeah.
And then with the courts that you play on, do all courts feel the same to
No.
you, or is
No.
it kind of like pool? Like
No.
when you're shooting pool, each table kind of feels a little different.
The number one is very good. I played on the 5th and on the 4th, and on some parts it's not totally flat. So sometimes it can be tricky because the ball is not rebounding like it should.
Okay.
So the problem of outdoor paddle is the court life expectancy is very short. Yeah.
So then it brings another level of challenge to the game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some randomness. Yeah.
Gentlemen.
Gentlemen,
Japanese.
how are you?
Oh.
Oh.
So we have one Japanese team. So we have one Japanese team down there, and then one Spanish. So maybe you would any of the two?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can give mine. I can give mine.
Masumi is on the court right now.
Masumi and Nori.
Masumi and Nori. Yeah, come on in, gentlemen.
Yes.
Yeah. Take mine.
Actually, how about we go with France and our two Japanese gentlemen, and you guys do it, and I'll just kind of hang out. We'll just hang out with you guys. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. So here we go. You guys can go ahead and buckle up.
Perfect. Sounds good.
We can squeeze you in here.
Are you playing in a mixed or only in a male?
I'm only
double?
playing in male, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
for me also.
Okay.
So this
Ah.
is a live stream.
Yeah.
You guys feel free to throw it out there in Japanese and then also in English.
Okay.
And then, could you introduce yourselves to each other too, please?
Perfect.
To the three of you guys.
I'm Yannick from France
Nice to meet
Nice to
you.
meet
and playing in mixed. Yeah.
Playing in mixed.
Yeah,
Perfect. Hi, I'm Leon Taida. I play for the Japanese national team, and I'll be playing pro male.
Okay.
So Nori is a good friend of us right here. Nori is on the farther side, so the left side in the back. That's a good friend
With
of
the
ours.
white hat,
Yes, the guy with the white hat.
and he's good.
Yeah, plays very well. I think Nori has extensive experience in tennis. So during his high school years, he's been playing tennis all along, and you can see his quick feet and that transferring onto the court. It should be a very good one.
Okay.
And last but not least, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Hayato. I'm from Japan also. Yeah, I'm before play also national team Japan, and then now, yeah, I also join male pro tournament. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. Sounds good. Sounds amazing. So they're just warming up right now?
Yeah, should be the start soon. Yeah.
Perfect. Sounds good. Amazing.
I don't know where he's from, the guy from the other team. I know Victoria is from Russia, but
Yeah, she's staying Philippines.
she lives in Philippines, but she's
Yeah.
Russian.
She's
yeah.
Russian.
Yeah, she's Russian and then Korean half.
The guy playing on the left is from Spain, no?
From
Yeah.
Spain.
From
yeah.
Catalonia, I think. Yeah, so he's from the Catalonia region. If my memory serves me right, he should be junior champion or
Yeah,
he
Catalonia.
played. He's a very good player from Catalonia.
No, 23 years.
21?
23.
23?
Yeah.
23 years old? He's
Yeah.
a very young player here,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
it should be
But good one.
a very good
Yeah,
one. Yeah,
very
so it should
good.
be an interesting match for sure.
Yeah.
Are you guys ranked? Are you guys ranked in your circuit?
In FIP,
Yes.
we play all these tournaments. We also play like the Asian paddle
Yeah.
tour, the one they hosted here
Yeah.
the other time for the first time.
And then is this an okay sound? Is that too loud? Or is
No,
it-
it's perfect. It's perfect. It's
Okay.
amazing. Yeah.
So in the different circuits you're in, what's
Yeah.
like the one that you have the highest accolades? Like what's your?
I think
your
we
best
play.
circuit?
I play the most APPT, I guess.
Yeah,
Hayato too. I think.
Yeah, APPT.
Okay.
I have no idea what my ranking is right now though.
Oh, looks like Sean's gonna do a photo here. If we can all look
Photo
to the right.
shoot. Let's go. Perfect. Sounds
Very nice.
amazing.
So
Very nice.
Nori is serving.
No, he's
Yeah,
starting.
Nori Sabin start.
There we go.
Yeah.
So what?
It's four right-handed people. Yeah.
So one thing, gentlemen, you want to do?
Yes.
Is you want to watch the monitor
Yes.
and not the field because there is a slight delay through all the technology.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Because if you commentate on what's the field, it's not going to make sense to the viewers.
Perfect. Okay, makes sense. Well, it was a little bit rainy today at noon, no?
Yeah.
Some
Oh,
some
yes.
sprinkles.
Yes,
Not even a little, quite a lot.
Some of those tsunamis sent some clouds at us and gave us a little bit of a sprinkle. So we took a 3-hour op pause today.
Okay.
But then once the courts dried, 5 o'clock, everything was clear, and we were back up and running like nothing happened.
All
But
right.
gentlemen, you guys are from Japan, so I mean,
Yes.
you know how that is when a monsoon comes in.
Yeah,
Back in
yeah.
my Okinawa days, I remember a monsoon would come in, and we'd have to fasten everything down, secure everything. Anything that was capable to be ruined by water was then put in an object that was unattainable for water.
Yeah.
So yeah, same thing. These tropical communities, they're beautiful. For those of you who have never been in this part of the world, but when you are here, you do have to be able to adapt immediately when inclement weather comes in.
Yes, for sure. I think also there's just naturally more humidity in the environments, and when the ball is more humid, it's kind of slides a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's heavier, slides a little bit. So it's important to keep that and incorporate it into your playing style when competing. So 40-15.
I'm excited to hear some of this Japanese commentary.
All right. Do you want to start with the Japanese side, Hayato?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's hear it. Let's see what you guys got.
Okay.
はい。では、日本の皆さん、今度は日本語で実況をお送りさせていただきます。今日の、実況かな、僕が
そうですね
実況の平レオン・リリアスと解説の中屋敷
中屋敷
隼人
隼人です
選手に来ていただいております。どうですか
よろしくお願いします
川北選手、今、40-30で、ちょっと優位な状態で試合始めますけど、
そうですね。
大切なポイントは何かと思いますか？
やっぱりコートが濡れてるんで、
うん
ちょっとなんていうんですかね、プレーしづらい部分があると思うんで、まずはキープを前提に、でプラス、壁を使わせるっていうことが結構大事になってくると思うんで、深いボレーを打ったり、バンデハであっても相手にまずは壁を使わせるっていうところをちょっと意識してやっていくのがいいんじゃないかなと、大事になるんじゃないかと思いますね。
そうですね、そこのやっぱこう試合での展開っていうところがかなりの見どころになるかなとは思っております。
そうですね。
ちょっと初っ端から早速40オール
ですね。
はい、勝負どころが1ゲーム目の流れがこれできるかと ナイスラリー。
ナイスラリーからの
足元に沈めてロブアウト。
OK ナイスショットですね
素晴らしい。ナイスキープでの川北選手での
First game for
ありました
Japanese.
First game for Japanese.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
That was awesome.
Awesome.
Arigato.
Arigato.
Oh.
Yeah. That was our Japanese style.
Yeah.
Okay, so now for our viewers that don't know Japanese,
Yes.
like I know maybe 3% Japanese. I can probably speak 15 words.
Yes.
With that stated, though, for our viewers that don't understand the Japanese language, let's give them a taste of that now in English.
Yeah, for sure. What we mentioned was that to start off, it was moist, it's humid, right? So how to incorporate into that game is really important, especially whoever serves has a big advantage on these courts.
Yeah.
Because you're up at the volley, you get that first attack, and it's very hard to defend with the wall. So make sure you keep your serve during this whole match is going to be super important. So it was close for Nori because he had 40 all, the golden point. So that's what we were talking about, basically.
Okay, outstanding. Now they did just raise my mic level. Is that too loud for you guys,
No.
or is that okay?
It's all good. It's all good.
Okay, all right. Okay, France. Let's see if you can chop it up. We'll get like a trio going on the commentary.
You want me to comment in French?
And yes.
Yeah.
Donc là, nous avons l'Argentin qui va servir et qui sert sur Victoria. On voit que l'Argentin, à chaque fois qu'il frappe la balle, il met beaucoup de backspin sur sa balle. Parce que comme c'est très humide, ça rend la balle très lourde et très difficile à renvoyer. Ça joue très long et ça joue très bien de la part de l'Argentin. Là, comme ils ont expliqué un petit peu avant, c'est très important de garder son service parce que sinon ça va être compliqué de gagner le match. Mais c'est deux équipes de très haut niveau.
Outstanding.
That was crazy. Eh?
Yeah.
Outstanding. So now I'm going to come
big
in with some
smash.
English here and take a moment to talk about some of our sponsors again.
I think, if I may,
Yes?
we have 4 players here. Maybe we should ask them what is the most important to think about when we want to set up a strategy to make a point. Like, is it to get the net, or is the placement of the ball? What is the most important thing? Like, because they know a lot.
Merci beaucoup. That's an excellent point. So from that perspective then, gentlemen, what do you find the most advantageous tactic to employ when you're on the offense, and then also same question when you're on the defense? But we'll go on the offense first.
Go ahead.
Offense. So very important, make an opponent using the two wall. I mean, paddle they have side wall and then back wall. So we mix two, like opponent make the two wall. They use the two wall, and then we have time. Also ball just already sweat. So glass, if touch the glass, all the time slide, not like a normal bounce. So this one is a very important point. Yeah.
So we have to aim the
Yeah.
side wall first, or the side wall second, but at least have 2 walls, because
Yeah.
one will not be enough.
Yes. Yes.
Especially because it gets a little slippery with the
So then when
humidity.
that ball comes in and it hits a sidewall strike, it slides a bit before it is released and then goes on the trajectory, whether that is to the back wall or to the ground.
Yes.
So then how does that offset the game or cause a professional player to react? Do you do an anticipation on that, or?
Well, I think one, anticipation is important, and I think another one is also communication, like with your partner, is super key, because in these court conditions or like in Asia in general, when it's super moist, you have to talk with your partner between points. You got to explain that you don't want to rush the point too much, for example, because for your partner, it might seem like an easy ball, but in these conditions, it could be quite challenging. So you got to make sure your partner doesn't just go ahead and start going to the net, for example, and like hurting your play. So it's important to...
So going to the net is not enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
So just playing by yourself is really not enough at this level. I think what's important is you communicate with your partner, and you guys have some sort of tactic that you want to achieve together, and you use that, you change, you talk, you communicate, and you adapt.
do you see how much backspin he put in the ball? Like
Yeah.
every smash is using a lot of backspin.
Yeah.
It's very hard to make it back.
And
Wow.
what's the definitive moment when you decide to put extra energy into the swing?
Oh, well, I think the most obvious is at those smashes, you know, as you just saw Gonzalez playing in front. But once you get a lob that is a little bit shorter than, half the court, like where his volley position is right now, and he sees a good opportunity, I think that's when you go full on and try to smash it back into your own court.
So when your opponent serves up a lob or returns with a lob and it comes in mid-position on the field that you're defending on,
Yes.
that's when you take advantage and you go all in on a smash.
Yes,
And then
yes.
whether you're going to do like a pour quad or a pour tray.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Do you have a preferred smash, or do you just go with the one that's suitable for the situation?
Well, I try to go for what's suitable at the situation, but I think one underrated smash in these conditions actually is like the fast low smash. So what you do is you kind of fake it, so you look like you're just gonna hit like a bandeja or like a vibra slow, but last moment you just swing, use your wrist and you swing the ball and you hit it, let's say, in between the players, and this causes like a sudden like poof, and it gives you like an advantage because they don't see it coming, and especially when it's rainy, it slows down the ball anyways. So this could be quite effective too. I don't think anyone has used it yet, but it could be one also useful strategy in these situations.
So when you do that fake out return that you implore a powerful smash on, you're incorporating only your forearm and wrist, or are you using like the shoulder, the full arm?
I mean, you use your full arm, but it's not like a charged up with your feet type of smash, but it's more of a last moment, boom, you just swing it quickly, use your arm, and you flick it a little bit more, I think.
Okay, so it's not like a telegraphed. It's more of a sudden strike.
Exactly, yes.
On that last second.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, when that happens to you, how do you defend that position? Can you defend that position?
Well, I mean, if they do it really well, it's very hard, honestly, to defend, especially because in mixed, generally speaking, it's usually on the male player usually tries to support the female side by moving around on the court a little bit more and catching a few more balls, blocking them, for example. So in these situations, you kind of you have a fuller court to kind of defend, and if they execute it well with the sudden shot, it's very hard to defend. I mean, the only thing I guess you can do is try to anticipate and try to look at the small details of the opponent and see how you can pick that up. Nice smash by Nori.
And then
directly in the feet.
Yes.
When you're in the mid position of the field, would you consider that the offensive position to be in or the defensive position to be in?
Ooh, good question. What do you think, Hayato?
Sorry, what?
So when you're in the mid position of the field, so like what they call no man's land, right?
Yeah.
Do you consider that an offensive position or a defensive position? Oof. Nice shot.
Nice shot.
Right into the corner. Good question, eh?
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
Maybe a tough one, this one. What are you thinking about?
But it looks like the two teams are moving almost at the same speed because we still try to get the net. So if one is going in front, it means the other team is close to the glass. So the no man's land has this name for a reason, because you should not be there for a long time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so you don't want to be in no man's land for an excessive amount of time. It's more of like a strategic play for a specific reaction, and then with that, you're either going to attack the net or you're going to defend. Would you say retreat to the back wall or advance to the back wall?
Yeah, retreat to the back wall, depending on each situation. Yeah.
So then, in that capacity, then there's like a battlefield correlation in terminology.
Okay.
If you're being aggressive and you're going for the point, you want to attack the net. And then if you're taking a defensive tactical position, then you're retreating to the rear to then allow yourself to capitalize with maybe returning like a lob. And that allows you to then capture back on the net.
Oh, it's a lucky shot.
So that shot there, that seemed like it was an impressive one.
Yes.
What would you say correlates to that being an impressive shot?
I mean, it was a really, really high lob. Like we're right here on the second floor of the deck, and we couldn't
Yes.
even see the ball anymore. So it was a super high lob. He executed it very well, and it landed right on the side.
Yes.
So just right barely into the court.
And with the spin, the rebound was on the top of the iron staff.
Yes,
So untouchable.
untouchable.
Yeah.
Have you seen a lob go high enough to where it gets redirected by the wind?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
generally in these conditions, in this field, since we're in between big buildings,
Look this
Yes.
one again.
that there is generally some kind of nice return. There's always generally some kind of wind right here. It has a good breeze, you know. That's
Right, you
why.
get like some turbulence coming
Yes.
from the winds, and then of course also the change in temperature and the pressurization there.
Yes, it does.
So with that question was leading into another question.
All right.
It is when you're in a condition like this where the wind could potentially offset or redirect the ball, do you try not to put it a certain height when you do a lob? And if so, like what's like your rule, if there is a rule?
Oh, good question, eh? Generally speaking, I think we can break down into two shots that are effective within the wind. One is when you're playing against the wind. Generally speaking, you can hit the ball really hard and really high, and the wind's gonna push it back on you a little bit anyways. So by a good chance, it can gain you a lot of time. It can be very difficult for the opponent to hit directly, so it's a very effective shot in these kinds of windy conditions. And the second one is generally called the short smash, the short lob, like the quick lobs. So what you do is instead of trying to go for a high lob, you go for a little bit like a medium height lob that isn't that high, and you try to aim their backhand back here because it's physically very difficult to hit a small, like a good stroke on your backhand. So you do a quick tap over the head, and that usually, since it's not as high, it doesn't get affected by wind, so it's super effective here.
Also, the higher the lob, the curves of the ball, the rebound will be smaller because it's coming more vertically.
Yeah.
Because it's very high, it's coming more vertically. So when it touches the wall, it doesn't rebound so far from the wall. So it's harder to defend. So higher the better, but also the more dangerous. You can fail.
Yes.
Yes, dependent upon the turbulence.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so you guys are advanced players. For those that in the audience that are not advanced players,
Shut down.
Okay, let's go.
when you say that you go mid-level lob or you go high lob,
Yeah.
what feet would you associate, or not feet but yards? So would you say would it be a fair assessment to say like a mid-level lob is maybe like another 3 to 12 yards above the glass, and then like a high lob would be like maybe 12 to and above yards?
Yeah. Oh, I'm not super. Not.
Guys, I have a game to play, so
All right.
I need
Okay.
to let you comment and continue.
Yes.
Good luck
Yeah.
and see you later.
All right.
Merci
sounds good.
beaucoup. I'm so glad
Merci
that you
beaucoup.
were up here. And as he's leaving, one more time, tell him your name.
Yannick from France.
Yannick from
Yannick,
France.
Thank you, Yannick.
Thank you, Yannick.
That's another thing I want to point out, gentlemen, is Sean, I'm going to slide you in right here, brother.
Okay. Hey
Hey,
guys, how
hi,
are
John.
you?
How's everything?
Good.
So good tournament so far for you guys.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
haven't played yet.
Oh, nice.
So we're playing
nice.
male pros.
So you guys are resting the muscles right now.
Yes.
Let's
Yeah,
get
yeah.
ready, right?
Yes.
So
So-
another thing I wanted to point out as Yannick was leaving
Yes.
is what another amazing thing about the sport is it's definitely a global sport.
Uh huh.
Because a moment ago we had a gentleman from France,
Yes.
2 gentlemen from Japan, and a gentleman from the United States.
Yes.
And we're up here, we're chopping it up, we're having a great time. And then there's also an integration of players from multiple countries all around the world.
Yes.
So the camaraderie and the spirit from this and the experience from this you get, it's not like many other sports.
Yes.
And that's one of the things that I find very appealing to paddle, and that's one of the reasons why I would highly encourage those of you that are not currently in the sport to get involved in it, because it gives you the ability to travel, experience new cultures, and interact with people that have grown up and experienced life in other countries and experienced those cultures.
Yes, for sure, 100%. I think one amazing thing about paddle community generally is that people are really, really open to just, hanging out, just playing matches, for example. And I lived in Spain actually for a year and a half, and there were many times where people would just come with one racket out of nowhere and be like, hey, you want to play a match? And then you play. And after, one game, 2 games with someone, you're familiar with them, you're friends, and they buy your beer afterwards, or they buy you like dinner afterwards, and you talk and you build this community around it. I think it's pretty cool because, paddle racket isn't that big. Just toss that thing in your suitcase, and every time you go travel, go visit a paddle court, and then you'll meet amazing people there, local people, with a lot of experience. And I think this group open mentality we have through paddle and that whole community around it, it's super amazing and really, really welcoming. So if anyone wants to try,
I feel like coming from a different sport, because I played American football and ran track, so it's completely different from this. Yeah. But the thing that I'm most excited about is the foundation that you guys are bringing to the table. Because you guys are building the foundation for paddle and what's to come in the future.
Yes.
And that's so exciting for me, is to just see the growth that we see at the very young people ages all the way up. So from beginner all the way up to the seasoned pros like yourselves.
Yeah.
So when you were in Spain for a year and a half,
yes,
I was in Spain in 2013.
Okay.
And I was only there for 2 weeks, but I went to go to the Sangria Festival along with the Bulls.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get a chance to experience that when you were there?
I did not. I couldn't.
Have you heard of it?
Yes, I have.
Oh, it's a phenomenal time. So anybody that is planning to go to Spain and spend an ample amount of time, highly encourage you to go to the Sangria Festival. It's like thousands of people. It's a 2-week party, and they run with the Bulls every morning, and it's an experience like no other.
Yes.
So, looking at that cultural piece from España, what do you have in Japan that is a cultural piece that has like a global global initiative would be interested in?
Yes.
That is unique to Japan and Japanese.
Okay, so this is actually one event Hayato and I are doing over here in different countries around Asia. But we actually do matcha mochi paddle events.
Yeah. Matcha mochi
paddle events.
So matcha
so what does matcha and mochi mean?
So matcha is powderized green tea. It's a very common health drink right now. And what it is, tea normally you got to put in water and you drink the tea juice basically. But what matcha is, it's powderized. You are basically eating like a salad, You're eating the tea leaves themselves. And it's super popular even in like all these Asian countries now. Even in the US too, there's this big matcha is like the next coffee type of thing boom. But what's rooted in this matcha and mochi is the rice cakes, right? So they have this fluffy texture around it, and it's a very common sweet. Also growing globally around the world. And what's rooted in both of this is that matcha, the drink itself is important, but it's also the history and like the tea ceremony, the ideal behind it. And tea ceremony is really fun because there's a lot of Japanese like ideas. So I think ikigai, for example, the word is very popular in the world because there's a famous book about it, like the reason to live. But in tea ceremony too, there's this very famous concept called ichigo ichie, which means that you treat any experience or any time with someone like it's your first and it's your last. So you have your manners, you're super polite with them, you also enjoy your time, and then after you're done, you say thank you. And it's like all these, you have life lessons inside tea ceremony. So what Hayato and I do is that we combine the social aspect of paddle, and what we do is once everyone finishes the paddle, we do a tea ceremony by the cafe or by the courts here. And what everyone gets to do is they experience this authentic Japanese culture. They get to drink matcha, which is healthy, has like a lot of antioxidants, a lot of vitamins, minerals, fibers inside. And then you also have this, kind of life lesson with it too. You experience this culture, and I think it's a cool thing about paddle, how you can combine all of these unique cultures, and each country has their own, I don't know how you say it, ways of enjoying paddle. So matcha mochi is our Japanese way of doing things. In Argentina, barbecue in paddle is super big there.
Okay.
So they just put a barbecue grill right by the courts, and everyone, drinks a few beers.
Yeah,
has
they're all over
barbecue.
that when that
Yeah,
BBQ
yeah.
hits, right?
Yeah. And then you play a match. You're like, hey, you want to play? Blah, blah, blah. It's a casual gathering. It's not like a very, very fixed practice or match or anything, but it's your friends. You play a few. You're watching. And if someone makes a horrible shot, you laugh at them. If they make a good one, you're like, hey, you cheer around. Like, I think the potential about paddle, going back to what you said, was that I think each country has their own culture and things that their country is well known for, and you can just combine that with paddle like infinitely, basically.
Yes.
I think it's really beautiful.
And the other thing that's beautiful on that too is when you're around people from other cultures and other countries, you do get to experience and appreciate their culture, and at the same time you also get to see the commonalities on how we are all human beings around this world, and we have a lot in common. So with this drink that you have going on, this
matcha, yes,
this matcha.
Matcha and mochi is two different things.
Okay.
Matcha's the drink, yes.
So I was just thinking that maybe because you guys are pro players, you could create like your own signature play and call it
the matcha shot.
So if we see you out there, we could call that.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And then like you guys would have to create it though. It would have to be like slightly close to the phenomenal perspective.
All right.
And then you could like get that Japanese signature on it, and then everybody'd be like, "That's the
matcha shot, the
The
samurai
matcha
shot."
I mean, we're talking about it going viral.
Yeah.
I mean, this thing could have a mind of its own and really take off.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
It would for sure.
With that, I would love to hear some more of that Japanese commentary, because Sean didn't get to sit in on it. So like they did some commentary in Japanese because they have it's
Team Japan.
Mumishi's on the court, right?
Yes.
And we
Nori Kawakita, yes.
And Nori Tatika.
Kawakita.
Nori Kawakita.
Yes.
And Musishi's on the field. And so in respect for the Japanese players and the Japanese culture, they did some Japanese commentary earlier. So let's hear some more of it when they get ready to go again.
All right. ではまた日本語実況パート2を始めさせていただきたいと思います。中谷敷選手。
はい。
はい。ではですね、先ほど試合が始まった時に実況を一度やらせていただいたんですけど、今試合展開としては5-5と、ワンセットマッチとしては非常に山場の場面ですけど、ここからのプレーはどう分析していますか？
そうですね、さっき加藤さんのサーブゲームで結構50-40と相手にマッチポイントを握られてた場面があったので、ここは相手からすると、ゴンザレスペアからするとかなり、取りに行きたいゲームではあると思うんで、ここをどう日本ペアが守るか、そしてゴンザレスペアがどう攻めるかっていうところ結構、面白いポイントになるんじゃないかなと思います。
今ちょっと川北選手、渾身のビボラをネットに振っておりましたが、そうですね、サーティオールかなり大事な場面になるので、特にですね、バレル基本的にはその右サイドと言われるフォアハンドサイドの選手っていうのは、よりミスが少なくちょっとクリエイティブにプレーする必要性が出てきてですね、ナイスショットです、素晴らしい。で左サイドっていうのが基本的によりちょっと攻めのポジションで、コートをよりカバーできるので、ゲームを作っていって、チャンスが来たら決めるっていうのが基本的な分析になっていて、
この試合の面白いところが、日本ペアが男子が右サイドに行っていることで、アルゼンチン選手のゴンザレスが、クロスになかなか打てないということで、結構ストレート勝負が多くなってるっていうのが結構面白くて、こうミックスはやっぱりこう男子選手がどう女子選手を動かしてチャンスを作って男子選手に打っていくかみたいなところが結構大事になってくると思うんで、それが結構出づらい試合になってるっていうのがまたちょっと面白いかなと思ってます。
素晴らしいです。中谷敷選手ありがとうございます。
ありがとう。ありがとうございます。Sean, wasn't that amazing?
That was amazing. I was trying to pick up on some of it.
Yeah.
So
you gotta give me a little bit of time on that.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
So it's like you guys are speaking the same language, but you're speaking it in different forms. Like there's two different arts that I was listening to when we were speaking. So like from a tactician piece, going back to my military days.
Yes.
Your form of speaking sounded more like a direct like impact, like attacking.
All right.
And then your form of speaking sounded more of like a analytical.
Yes.
And like an analysis piece.
Yeah.
So I don't understand what you guys were saying, but what I was taking away from it is that you're attacking, you're going aggressive, and then you're like analyzing and then kind of like reciprocating off of it. So that's my
Alan, I got the
perception.
same thing from that. Very strategic. You know, when you were speaking it, I didn't obviously know exactly what you were saying, but I could tell that it was very analytical and it was very strategic as far as what the teams were doing and how things were playing out on the court.
like that.
So it was like from a paddle perspective, it's like you're going after the net, and then you're playing lobs. That's kind of what that dialogue sounded like.
Exactly.
Like a paddle.
I think Japanese commentary for sports is pretty unique because there's basically like a bad cop, good cop in this.
Okay.
So there's one guy who's more a professional announcer, like they say. Well, they'll make the combos and stuff, but then they'll be asking these questions to the professional. So in this situation, Hayato was the professional, and I was the one asking the general questions.
So then is Hayato the good cop or the bad cop?
He's the good cop.
He's the good cop,
and I'm the
you're
bad cop. Yes.
Okay. And that's why it was that way then. So it's like you're interrogating.
Yes.
And then he's like, yeah, it's okay, buddy.
Yeah. The good cop comes in.
In the U.S., it would be like John Madden and Pat Summerall.
Yeah.
That's what I would think of. If I had a comparison in the United States, that's how I would compare it. Pat was very strategic with his statements.
Yes.
And John was kind of, let's just say very attacking, as Alan said earlier. So.
More emotional on this side.
Very, yes.
I mean, I think that's what makes good commentary, though, because you get the analytical side too, but you have someone who's speaking from heart, gets the emotions out, and that's a lot of cases what people are thinking too. So.
Yes, because those that are viewing, they don't get the rush from being here on the court.
Yeah.
So the commentary being presented to them in that manner, it gives them another level of emotional receival from it, I could say, receival. So then it brings them into the game figuratively, and now they feel like they're here because they feel like they're a part of the story.
Yes, for sure. 100%.
This seems to be a heck of a match, back
yeah,
and
it
forth,
is.
right?
Yeah, tie break. It's super tight.
2-3 bad.
I think it's a good time to zoom into what's actually happening.
Yes,
right now
let's
in the
do
match.
it.
Yes.
Let's do it.
So it's 3-2.
Yeah, one break.
One break.
Yeah.
So they got one.
Yeah, one break. Good volley.
Good volley.
Nice,
Good.
Nice cut.
Good. Go up.
There's a chance. Take a net.
Great transition.
Oh,
wow,
wow,
to the
what a
feet.
volley,
far
What a
point.
volley, yes.
Back and forth, right?
So now break back and the 3-0.
Yes. And they should be changing courts now?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
So this is going to be a cross transition.
Yes.
And then you refer to it as changing courts.
Changing courts, yes. I mean, one thing that we've mentioned in the Japanese commentary that's interesting is usually in mixed doubles, the male player plays on the left-hand side. It's because in paddle, if you're both righties, when the ball comes into the middle, it's the left-hand player who catches the ball because it's easier, right? It's on their forehand side. But
Notice.
touches the net, but
Good.
no, keeps on playing. Okay, I guess they didn't see that.
Wow.
Good play, good play.
Good play.
That was
Nice
a good
volley.
return.
Nice volley, into the middle.
Oh.
Great volley from
Yeah.
Gonzalez.
Yeah, great volley,
Yeah.
right, guys? There seems like there's always change in momentum.
Yes.
Where you think momentum's going one way and then it reverses and goes the opposite way very quickly.
It's also interesting how the last shot that decided the point was the slowest volley out of all of them, So it was boom, 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 very fast. And the one that actually made the point was a softer one to the wall. So maybe that's an interesting depth to the game in paddle.
How would you say good effort in Japanese? Good effort.
よく頑張った.
Yeah, よく頑張った.
よく頑張った.
Yoku
頑張った.
Gambata.
Yes. it
Yoku
means
Gambata.
You tried very hard. Good effort. Yes.
Yoko Gambata. And then what about, that was a vigilant effort.
I think it's the same. I don't think we have that
Okay.
much of a difference.
All right, let's try that again.
Yoku
Yoku
Gambata.
Gambata.
Yeah, Gambata.
Okay.
Yoku Gambata.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you say Nori Yoku Ganbatta.
Yeah, Nori Yoku
Nori
Gambata.
Yoku Gambata.
Yes, there we go.
Perfect.
Arigato.
Arigato.
Origato.
I'm gonna probably lose that in 30 seconds.
It is one of the harder phrases.
Translate.
Yeah.
I was doing a app to learn Japanese.
Ooh.
Good job, shot.
This is a nice drop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And that as you guys practice your fundamentals like that, I mean, you guys are able to like really do that, and that ball really does die quickly, right?
Yes, it does.
I was practicing my well, not was, I still am working on Japanese through an app.
All right.
And because I want to go to Fuji-Q.
Okay.
I've been watching some of those videos, and it's like those roller coasters.
Yeah.
They look very intense. And the interesting thing about Japan is that English is not spoken everywhere. So to go around Japan and communicate, or to commute and interact, you have to be able to do some Japanese.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're aimlessly wandering around.
Yes, for sure.
That was a great game. They
Amazing.
did a great show.
Yeah.
It's
It was-
amazing.
So,
It's so nice to have you guys up here, you know, and to hear the commentation or commentating on the game. And we learn so much. I mean, Alan will agree with me on this. We're sponges. We want to learn as much as we can about the sport.
Yeah.
We just see it growing so rapidly, and we know you guys are the foundations for what's being built, which is amazing.
And I want to go back to one of the lifestyle philosophies
All right.
that you were speaking of earlier.
Yes.
And this originates, I believe, out of Okinawa. Now,
Okay.
I've studied this to a degree.
Okay.
Okay. And it's Iggy. It's like it's Iggy. I forget the second part of the word, but what it means, it's like you find your passion in life, and then you like incorporate that.
Your ikigai.
Your ikigai.
Ikigai.
Yeah, your ikigai.
Yes.
And so you live life based off of your passion, and not by your surroundings. Is what I've taken away from this philosophy. And the interesting thing about people in Okinawa that live by the ikigai is that they are one of the largest aging living population.
Yes.
Because they have a life of fulfillment. So that's what I've taken away from the studies on that. What would you add to that?
I think it's 100% correct. Especially people from Okinawa. Especially, I think so too. My grandpa is also from the southern part of Japan, like near Okinawa, so by the islands.
Okay.
So that's where I have my roots too. But in general, I think they value ikigai, what they want for their passion too. And another thing to add to ikigai is within that passion, I think they have a lot of respect for others. It comes in. So people support their families, support their co-workers, support friends, and you live through this mutual respect of each other. And I think that adds to the ikigai part, you know, your passion too, but people help you out with your passion and how you life. And I think that gives you a long, fulfilling, and in a way stress-free life. Like, so
Which
you
is
can
good.
live, which is
'Cause
amazing.
then you get harmony.
Exactly, yes.
And then being an American here in the Philippines, been here for 14 months on and off now.
Okay.
One thing that I love about the Philippine culture is you can go anywhere and spark up a conversation with a person that you don't know.
Yes.
The Filipinos are very sociable.
Uh-huh.
So whether it's like if you're going to a pub or to a restaurant or to a mall or to the Manila Padel Club,
Yes.
and you're meeting Filipinos for the first time that you never met, you can be interactive, and it's like they treat you like you're already a part of like their group.
Yes.
Now, how does that compare to Japanese culture? And before you answer that, one of the other things I've been reading about is that there's like a theme in Japan where there's a culture of like isolation. It's like a person chooses to isolate themselves, to not want to communicate with others.
Okay. Okay.
So comparing the latter part to the Philippines culture, and then also addressing that other philosophical way of life.
Okay. Whew. Tough question, eh? But I think to start off with the first part of the question, generally speaking, I think Japanese people are a little bit more shy regarding, let's say, first time and like sparking conversations and stuff. But I mean, it depends on which part of Japan you go to. But if you do start a conversation, I think people are very respectful to each other, and people generally, once you get to know them or you have one good friend that introduces you to others, I think they take very, very good care of you, and they're very caring people generally. So I think the love is there in both countries. You know, Philippines, it's very straightforward. I can say the love, and people are very willing and social to thing. But I think Japanese people, let's say, if you need a little help or something, or they might be shy, but they're very willing to help you and they're willing to support you. But it just, you know, it's a different type of love. You know, the love is right there, but I don't think it's as obvious and as forward.
Yes.
It's a little bit more reluctant, but at heart they really respect that, and I think Japanese people are like that to each other too, so that's part of our culture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank
Yeah.
you. And now, what about this other way of life that's been like trending? This path of isolation.
Path of isolation. Yeah. I think I don't know if it's trending or not, and I don't know how I see it as like a Japanese perspective, but in Japan, since the old, let's say, your samurai sword eras, in Japan it's considered a very good thing to choose something and stick with it for your whole life.
Yes.
So a lot of Japanese people, for example, still to this day, they join a company when they graduate college, and then they work there until they retire. And that's considered a good thing in Japan, a stable thing to do, a very respectful thing to do, and I guess loyalty is a key aspect in that in Japan. Also, you can see that a lot in, let's say, Japanese cuisine and like the culinary world, where a sushi chef, for example, will start his training when he's 16, 17 because his dad is a sushi chef. And it has been changing, it's been modernizing still, but in the old era, let's say like 10, 20 years ago, people will be washing dishes for the first years. So they'll be, instead of learning how to cook, you'll join a sushi restaurant when you're 16. In the first 3 years, you'll be washing dishes.
Right.
The next 2 years, you'll learn how to prepare the rice. And then after, let's say, 7, 8, they finally let you touch the fish. And after 10 years, 15 years, then finally they make you do the sushi. And you reach mastery in 10, 15 years, basically, which is a very prolonged, in-depth process, right?
15 years to make somebody lunch.
Exactly. So
I'm using
exactly. So it is modernized, and since, you know, it's a global world, things are changing. But
Yes.
I think the whole isolation idea sort of comes from that too, of you kind of release a lot of things and you focus on one thing and you focus on that one thing only. And I guess that type of lifestyle, you know, especially for the young generation when there's so much information in social media and all this stuff too, I guess it's a...
Well, that's what I was going to tie that into.
Yeah,
because the Japanese culture, there's this overshadowing sense of dedication and devotion
Yes.
to your path.
Yes.
And now to the YouTuber piece, tying it into that. We have seen YouTubers, traveling YouTubers going all over the world and giving us their 2 cents.
Yes.
And so the reason why it sparked this concept of isolation is there's channels portraying restaurants where it's like you can set up a blind or a wall at the bar and just be by yourself.
Yeah.
So and then they're calling that like the path of isolation.
Yeah. That's true. It's the 一人用の店、一人焼肉とか、一人とか。I think, yeah, Japanese people, it's kind of like the individualistic aspect of things, and yeah, I don't know, but I think, you know, in any country there's just, you know, introverts, extroverted. I'm not saying vice versa, anything is good or bad or anything, but I'm just thinking in Japan they just offer more options and possibilities for people who are just, you know, they don't have the most social battery, for example, and they just want a quick dinner by themselves or like a quick lunch by themselves. And also at the same time, people are very busy in Japan because they work a lot and long hours. So I think as an adult, in many cases, you know, making plans and following your plans and people not being able to come last minute because of work, for example, this gets kind of hectic. So a lot of people just decide to maybe want to do their own thing and just, go for drinks by themselves or.
And in that capacity, I was referencing it as a correlation in my mind, kind of like a pilgrimage in other cultures.
All right.
So
all right.
in Western cultures, whether it's religious perspective or philosophical, a person will go on a pilgrimage to try and find like their purpose for existence.
All right. Yes, that's true.
And then so that's why I was like, well, is this actually like a way of life as it correlates with like your path of devotion to your passion?
Yeah.
And then with that, is there a devotion of passion to paddle in
Yes.
the Japanese culture now? And if so, what is that term?
To paddle, honestly speaking, paddle has not been that. It's not picking up as much as we want it still in Japan. It's slowly growing, but I think it comes back to that culture of people are very routine, and they're not, let's say, the super most open to trying new things at first. So I think the growth of paddle in Japan should be it should be on like a different curve than other countries, is how I
So
see
the
it.
more exposure, like in Japan, the better it would be, so that people can understand that beginners can pick it up,
Yeah.
families can do it as a community or as a group,
Yeah.
to help it grow, and that's one of the things that we're partnered with Manila Paddle at R2C2 Global, just like all our sponsors are.
Yeah.
And we want to help it grow in Japan and many of these countries where it may start out slow, but it's kind of like a snowball rolling downhill. It'll get larger and larger and larger. And to my point earlier, it's just you guys are building that foundation, and we certainly want to help support that any way we can.
Right, and to that emphasis or that point there, for the corporations and the sponsors and the companies, that's one thing that's another thing I want to highlight about the Manila Paddle Club. So the Manila word salad right there.
Yeah.
The Manila Paddle Club is that this sport has not become of abundance in Japan. However, we have multiple Japanese players from
Yes.
Japan that are partaking in the FIP here in the Philippines at the Manila Paddle Club.
Yes.
So that speaks volume to this club and also the work and the efforts that Fred and Elena have put in. Have you guys met Fred and Elena, the club owners?
Yes. We have. We're very good friends.
They've got this place up and running within 3 years, full license certification within their league, and then
Yes.
they've got the first FIP Rise here now.
Yes.
And so, please, if you're looking to map up with the right club, this is the one to do it. Both as a player, also monetization. Value is definitely added here. We have the best talent around the world coming here to partake in this tournament, and we are so thankful that you gentlemen have been up here to share your culture, give us some Japanese commentary, as well as some philosophical ways too.
Yes, for sure. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, thank you. Honored, gentlemen. And but before you guys go, let's see if we can finish this last one out here.
Yeah, for
with,
sure.
I mean, with Kato.
The only, I don't know, this is a backstage talk, but
Okay.
the only plan we have after is to go eat dinner with that guy who's playing right there with the white hat. So I mean, unless he finishes, we can't leave.
All right.
We're here until this match finishes for sure, 100%.
Well, we're locked and loaded. We're
we're
keep you guys here. That's for sure.
Might as well.
Okay, so let's try improv, serious, technical commentary.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So everybody, welcome to the Manila Paddle Club. We have 2 teams squaring off right now, and they are in the middle of their match. And it looks like we've got 2 from Japan. And ooh, that was a little bit of a grinder there. Did you see that one on the fence?
Yeah.
What do you call that when that happens?
Oh, I don't know, a racket destroyer.
Okay,
I mean, it hurts a racket for sure.
So a John McEnroe, as we would call it, tennis, right? Yeah, that might be a John McEnroe, right?
Unintentional racket destroyer, but
That was a 4 volley with a lob. They returned it. To get this,
good
they're going to be
defense
on
from Nori.
6. This is the 6th
Nice cut,
volley
Nori.
now.
Good cut.
Cut.
Good.
Wow.
Good.
Is it off the
Voila!
wall?
Nice shot from
Nice
Nori.
shot, Noli.
Yeah.
Let's go, Nori!
Nori!
Vamos! Let's go!
How do you say good efforts again?
Yoku
Yoku
ganbatta.
ganbatta.
Yoko Gambata.
Yeah!
Yes.
Hope Hopefully that wasn't too loud on the stream.
No, it's good. It's good.
And there's the serve.
There you go.
Oh.
Return to the net.
Into the
So you
net.
guys, communication is critical, right? Knowing where you guys are at position-wise, depending on what's coming at you, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Here we go. She's getting ready to go.
Paddle's one of the
Another
sports
serve.
where you always got to be talking
Yeah,
with your
yeah,
partner,
yeah.
even during the point. Yeah.
Over.
Good time.
Go, go,
Oh, wow, what a beautiful
what shot.
Yoko
drop
Gambata.
shot, right? Nice, beautiful drop shot
Yeah.
there, right?
Yoku ganbatta.
Yoko Gambata.
Yoku ganbatta.
Good effort.
Good effort, Nori-san.
That's the other thing too, Sean, is you can bounce the ball as many times as you want before you serve it.
Yes.
Oh, wow, that may be a poor quattro if I'm correct on that, right?
It is. It's
Yes.
an amazing shot.
Amazing shot.
I've heard that on some commentating, the Hollywood shot
Yeah.
or a home run. You know?
It is. It's the home run of paddle.
It's a home run of paddle, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So they're switching positions again.
Yes, I
And
think they're changing chords.
Yeah,
and
changing courts.
Changing
3-2
courts.
and then Nori and then Kato is one break now. Yeah.
So when we use the word one break in paddle, is when one side broke the opponent's serve, which means got their service game.
Okay.
Then you say one break. And
break.
or if they get two of their opponent's serves, it's called two break.
Okay.
And
break.
what this means is that usually the team that has the break or broke the opponent more, better chance of them winning.
Okay.
So right now it means that they're ahead in the game.
Okay,
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
in an advantage
so
at
they're
that
in an
point,
advantage,
right?
yes.
Okay.
So they successfully defended against the server.
Yes, they kept their serve, so they won their own service game, and they also won their opponent's service game. And usually people who are serving have an advantage in paddle. So if you can get their service game, break their serve. Woof!
Ooh, good
Nice
shot
shot from
now.
Nori.
Yeah.
Then you
So
have
the
an
shots-
advantage.
The shots into that corner, that ball can die if you hit it the right way as far as
Yes.
ball placement, right?
I think the beauty of how Nori plays, especially today, is that his decision making of when to go attack for the volley and when to defend is very, very good.
Yeah.
So you've seen that shot a few points ago when he was playing on the other side too. But when the opponent is not pushing the volleys as much, I think he is anticipating well, taking a step forward and taking that ball on the rise, which really allows them to get an advantage. And
Nori.
Oh.
you almost had it.
Yeah.
Now, if she gets to that, it's live, right?
It's
I mean,
live,
if she
yeah,
can get it
yeah.
over, even though he missed that, that's still a live ball at that point. Live point, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
That was a hard defense, though.
Yeah.
Yes. Good effort. See, I forgot it already.
Yoku ganbatta.
Yoku
Yoku
ganbatta.
ganbatta.
Yoko Gambata. Yoko Gambata.
Yoku ganbatta.
So we're 15-30 on the love, and then
Alright.
this is 2 and 3 on the match. Is that correct?
It is.
And then they're going to be playing to win by how many matches over on this one?
I am actually not quite sure about the rules, but I think they're playing a 3-setter. So Gonzalez, the team, Russian-Argentinian team, got the first set, and this is now the second set. And the second set, the Japanese pair are winning 3-2.
Do some courts play faster than others?
Yes.
Does it seem? I mean, there's a variation there on how the court would play.
Of course. Like any sport, let's say, football, but I don't know football as much, but basketball, baseball, there's different brands that make these products, and each of these brands have obviously different courts. So there's a slight difference, and it can be quality or it can just be the type of court they make. And in paddle too, also different companies make the balls too. So there's regulations for the balls, but within those regulations, each company decides what type of textile they want to use, what type of rubber they want to use. And this could sometimes, for example, create a very bouncy ball, or it can be a light ball, or it could be slightly heavy or slow. And I think the tournament ball used here is called Bull Paddle. So it's one of the major brands in Spain. And generally speaking, Bull Paddle balls bounce a little bit more. So they have a good bounce with it. So you'll see probably more kick smashes or more port quattros like during the play, generally through this whole tournament.
which is good.
which is good. It's
Yeah.
more entertaining to watch
Yes,
for sure. Yes.
and it's more difficult.
Yes. And also, it moves the game a little bit more when you can finish the point.
Yes, it keeps things moving.
Yes.
Nice flow.
Yeah, yeah. Especially because it's already a little bit humid, in the Asian regions anyways. So when you get a slow ball with humidity, then the rallies
Wow,
get
that is up there.
too low.
That's a loft.
Very
That's
good
a
return.
loft.
from Kato.
With it, yes.
Oh,
Great
wow.
return. All right, Yoko Gambata.
Yo gambata.
I'm going to have that phrase down.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a good phrase, I think. When they do well, you can say yoku gambata. When
And
they do bad, you can say yoku.
Gambata. But it's on the delivery, right?
Yeah,
you
yeah,
do well,
yeah.
you're like, Yoko Gambata.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then when they do bad, you're like, Yoko Gambata.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
On the delivery, but you can't get wrong with it, so it's good.
Yes.
Oh, sh- Good.
So
Ooh, nice clean and take away from Gonzalez right there.
I think that one went around the moon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it did.
Yes.
That might have hit a spaceship.
Yeah.
So when Kato and Monishi come up here,
Yes.
and I'm going to be like, Yoko Gambato, when you guys are playing, they're going to be like, oh!
Yeah, they're like, oh. Voila.
Wow.
Well
Wow.
executed by Gonzalez.
Yeah.
Crazy thing about that shot is his body direction and the way he got into the ball looks like it's going to go cross court. But what he did is last moment behind his head without looking at the ball, he changes the direction.
Okay,
Into
so
a
the
straight one.
trajectory of the shot is going to go not where you think it's going.
Exactly.
Right?
So
Yeah.
he switched at last moment, which is a super advanced, nice play
Wow.
from this Argentinian.
So you guys are drilling a lot, like fundamentals on your game, right?
Yeah, yeah.
From an improvement standpoint.
For sure. I mean, until you reach that base level of paddle, I think really doing drills, ball feeding with like the cage, with the basket is super important because especially for, let's say, beginners or intermediate who are still learning how to use the walls and stuff, I think volume is really key. There's a few tricks and tips you could use, but in paddle, you can't be thinking about the ball every single time it comes to you because you got to be thinking about where the opponent is, where your partner is. There's a lot to think about, right? So I think it's important to just do volume first, and almost just muscle memory type of thing where your body remembers how to do it, and then you have some free space in your head to think about tactics or how you want to play or how to communicate and stuff. So yeah, I think doing that volume, especially at first, then it just makes the sport way more fun too. When you can use the wall and you can start thinking about how you want to beat your opponents instead of just chasing the ball every time and being lost and just sweaty and stuff. Yeah.
Right, and that's one of the things I've noticed too in the more advanced players is that they seem to be more graceful on the floor. It's as if though they are playing on where the ball is going to be versus where the ball currently is.
Exactly. Yes.
And then they incorporate that to then utilize their energy to maximize their point.
Yes, for sure. I think in many cases, it almost seems like the ball. Ooh,
That is a
very
lob.
high lob.
High lob.
Gets it into the court. Nice catch. Well played from Nori down the middle. Nice shot cross court.
Wow.
Beautifully played. Very, very nice volley from Nori.
Yeah, speaking of grace, we just watched a graceful volley
Yes.
right there.
Beautiful. Nice anticipation. Very good speed too. He didn't overdo it or it wasn't too soft. It was a sweet spot right there.
Oh.
Quick shot from Gonzalez.
Wow.
Plays very well, eh?
Yeah, very well placed, right?
Yes.
That's kind of no man's land there, right? If
Exactly.
you can get it between them, right? It's
So I was watching the España. Isvan, I think her name is. There's a female player here from Spain.
All right.
And when she was playing with her partner yesterday,
Yes.
whenever they had a shot like that was conflicting, she would go and like bow out. She would duck down
Yeah.
and let her partner
All
retrieve it off of the wall.
Okay.
So it was like they had that planned out because
Yes.
they did it a few times.
Mhm.
She would go down and then he would just return it off the wall.
Yes. I think that's a key tactic, and I think a lot of paddle comes down to the preparation too. So talking about those small details with your partner really gives a big difference while you're playing.
Yes. And
You don't have to sort things out while you're trying to play a match, right?
Right. Just like how they got very aggressive on that shot collectively.
Yes.
And they clipped katanas.
They did.
I thought I saw sparks fly for a second.
Yeah, we did. Great serve.
Smash.
Nice cut.
Nice cut, right?
Beautiful. Nice speed on the
Wow.
volleys. Wow, Nori. Volleys on fire today.
Yeah, he's in fuego, right?
Yeah. He's in fuego mode.
Yeah.
Nori Fuego.
Nori Fuego.
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 Got to be the hat, I think. He's got
That's
that
it.
hat on backwards.
Yeah,
He's ready.
yeah.
He's all business today.
He's always.
Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
Nice shot.
Nice one.
It's the hat. Gives the aerodynamics with the turbulence here in between the towers.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why he's so quick, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
While in the midst of the typhoons in the Philippines.
right.
It's a thousand swings in a blink of a second.
Yeah.
So it just comes across as one graceful swing.
So it's always great to have the long volleys as long as you're winning that point, right?
Yes,
I would
yes.
imagine you get those long volleys where you don't win the point. It's, okay, let's regroup, make sure that doesn't happen again, and if it does, we get the point, right?
Yes.
Good serve. Turn.
But Nori playing
Oh.
very
Wow,
consistent
wow.
and well controlled. I think the good thing about the Kato Kawakita partner is that I think they're very well communicated in terms of who does what. So I think throughout the match you've seen Nori, who's on the right side, play more aggressive first. So he tries to build opportunities. Once he hits a good one to the feet or he hits a good lob above their head, then his partner joins in with him. So I think they've spoke about that and they figured that out very good before the match. That's why you can see that they have this type of, they don't have any confusion on court.
Yeah,
And
they
it's
seem very synergistic tonight,
Yeah.
the way they're playing, almost in unison.
Right.
Like when you'd see like figure skating in the Olympics where it's like where your partner is,
Yes.
and you're there before they even get there. So
It's like incorporating an offensive and a defensive tactic at the same time.
Yes.
And then once the offensive has gained the momentum, then it just becomes a full force, a full offensive.
Yes, exactly.
And what a beautiful night tonight in BGC Philippines, right?
Yeah. Perfect temperature, cool, nice little breeze.
Oh, it is. It is. It's great out tonight. We've been. This is day 2. Sean, this is
Yeah,
day 2.
Day two. Yeah, going through Sunday, so it's exciting. I think it's exciting for the local community. That's the one thing that we're seeing is the sponsorships that the club was able to gather for this initial international tournament. And just having all you guys come in, to play at this tournament. This is the first annual tournament, and many more to come. That's for sure.
10 point?
So now they're going into their third.
10
Third
point?
set,
Or
but I'm not sure what the rules are. I'm not sure if they're going to play a full set or they're going to play a 10-point tiebreak. I think we should see on the scoreboard if they have it, if they're going to update it.
They'll get it up.
They'll get it up.
Okay.
They'll get it up.
With 1 point. 10 point tie break. Yeah.
10-point tiebreak?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. So the last set will be a 10-point tiebreak instead.
Yeah,
Oh,
now
wow.
they won't keep.
Yes. Second serve for Gonzalez right here.
Gentlemen, I will be right back. Would you like some waters?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sean, would you like a water?
I'm okay. I'm good, Alan. Thanks.
Okay. Well, I'm going to get you one anyways.
All right.
Perfect. So we have Gonzalez serving here 1-1 with Kato Kawakita with the return to the fence.
So win by 2 at this point, right? On this game, on this
Yes.
up to 10, but win by 2, right?
Yes.
So now
So
what's
if they
happening?
keep tying, we're here till midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning, right? If they just keep tying, right? Or-
True. In
yeah.
theory, yes. Yes.
What's the longest game that you guys have participated in? I mean,
I think
paddle.
the longest I've played was almost 3 hours
Yeah,
Oh,
on
wow.
one match. Yeah,
me too.
and we played during Ramadan, and so we were playing in Dubai. So we played Ramadan, where it's their holiday where they can't eat during the day.
Right.
So what they do is they start all the matches at post dawn.
It's sun up to sundown. I
Exactly.
think, right?
Yeah. So we started, I think, at midnight. We ended at like 3 something in the morning.
Wow.
Yeah. At one point on the way back home, we could see the sun go back up. We're like, oh, quite tiring, but we won. So
Oh, that's
at least
fantastic.
yes, at
Yeah.
least it was a good memory. Imagine
Yeah.
losing after 3 hours. I think
Yeah.
your body all sore.
Middle of the night.
Yeah. I can't imagine. It's like a bad
Yeah.
nightmare you have when you have the flu.
I'm not sure if Alan
Nice
talked
catch.
about this, but the
Yeah.
level of fitness and stuff like that. You know, what do you see? Like, what do you
play.
guys see more of that's been such a, I guess, an advantage for you guys as players? Like certain fitness or certain things that you guys do
Yeah.
that really have improved your game, whether it's endurance or strength or maybe a combination of the two.
Yeah, I think explosive movements help a lot. So training that and being able to jump on these volleys or hit like a good smash. So you can see like how Gonzalez played right now, for example, very explosive, very quick movements on his feet. So more than just traditional strength training too, but more, let's say, what they call plyometrics or these explosive type of
Sure.
exercises really helps your paddle game for sure. And another thing, of course, I think is that a fit body is important for paddle too, but it's also a very accessible game for everyone. So you don't have to be, thank you, you don't have to be ultra fit to play, right? And you can always play at the level you like and at the intensity you want. So I think it's a very accessible game for everyone to play instead of, it's not like, let's say, Ironman or something. Like Ironman's very hard to do an
Right.
Ironman without doing any exercise.
Right.
And training for that's,
You're
very
not jumping right
expensive.
in going,
Yeah.
I think I'm going to sign up for that.
Exactly, yeah, it's really hard. And it also comes to sports like tennis, too. I mean, if you have a tennis experience when you were like a kid, then, yeah, okay, you might be able to play as an adult. But let's say you're 30, 40, and you want to start tennis from scratch. I mean, the first half year is going to be really, really tough, and you really got to make time for it, take lessons, and do it just to play a match. Compared to where paddle, you can just pick up the racket on the day, and you'll be able to play you won't be able to play a great match, but you'll be able to play a match, right? Because you just bounce the ball to serve. Like, a lot of this barrier to entry is super low. So I think that's why people get hooked too.
Yeah.
And it comes back to the fitness, but it's very, of course, certain traits might be good, but at the same time, it's very accessible fitness-wise. So
Yeah, it's a great workout.
yeah,
So I've played paddle. I'm not ranked in any capacity. I'm not like amateur, intermediate, or
Yeah.
high advanced. None of that. Only came out and kind of just done it as a workout.
yeah,
And I was doing it frequently when I came here, when I
Yeah.
first arrived here. But then one day, I felt like I got shot in the leg with a tennis ball,
Oh,
and my posterior calf
Yeah.
muscle popped,
okay. Oh, wow.
and I ended up on the couch for 6 weeks. But the weird thing about that injury though
Yeah,
was it was my fault because I was being too aggressive.
okay.
'Cause I didn't understand how to play the game. And instead of playing the ball of where it's going to be, I was trying to just react to where the ball currently was. So then when I went to go for a sudden jerk for the ball, but then my teammate returned it, I stopped. And then that's when that injury happened.
Okay.
Whereas had I been a player that understood the flow and the art of the game, I don't believe that would have happened because I would have been anticipating where the ball was going to be
Yes.
instead of trying to be like just a dog tracing a ball in the street.
Beautiful
Well
score
played
there,
from
right?
Gonzalez.
Boy, this is a dogfight. This is back and forth.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, super tight. I mean,
Yeah.
3 more points to get the match, but we're still 7-7, super tight.
Seems like they're hard to come by. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Back and forth, right? Like a tug of war.
So the way this is going, then, I am making the assumption, I'm going to be bold and make the assumption that whoever wins this match.
Yes.
because they've amped it up. Both sides have amped it up.
Yes.
Yeah, it seems like the level of intensity has gone from like a 7
nice
to
shot.
a 10.
Nice catch.
Yes. I mean,
There
you're-
we go. Perfect.
Oh,
Oh,
Good shot.
perfect length.
It's like no man's land again there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It was a really nice shot because it's tempting to just hit it hard again because you think it's a chance, but she controlled the speed very well, so it died on the second bounce right to the wall. So impossible for someone to get it. Very well played. There you go. Nori 8-8. Well played. Second serve into the middle. This one is in. Nice lob for Nori. This one. Oh.
Oh, nice
Oh.
catch.
Nice catch. Oh, that.
Good.
Oh, I touch it. Great return from her.
Oh,
Holy smokes.
so difficult
Wow.
to get that, right?
Well played. Well played.
Yeah,
This is a tight match. Eh?
it is.
Wow.
Very tight.
9-8. So it's
9-8.
actually match point for Kato and Kawakita right here. Let's see how this.
Let's see how
Good
it-
serve into the corner. So we're back. So
We're
now
back, right?
next to 11.
So
you gotta
to
have
11 now.
Yes.
You got to go by 2.
Yes.
Yep.
You gotta win
Need
by
the
2.
deuce.
Win by 2, right? Yeah, what an exciting match.
Wow!
Nori in the middle.
Whoa! Nori!
Let's go, Nori.
Nori!
So this is
exciting.
match point here, right?
Yeah, match point.
Yeah, match point here.
Mini
Yes.
break now,
Yeah.
so they have a chance now.
I think it's the girls' serve.
Little
Actually, no.
conversation here, right? With
Yeah.
this being such
Okay.
an
It's
important,
it's her serve.
important
It's her
point,
serve.
right?
Yeah, yeah. Nori just served the other time.
Okay.
Yes, and she is a
Good serve.
she's a great person.
Good volley.
I was interacting with her earlier.
Good.
Masumi.
Yes.
Masumi.
Good point.
one.
Masumi.
Oh,
Wow, this is
in.
back and forth, huh?
Nice catch. Oh. Out. Out.
Out.
And this is
Yes.
game 4,
Oh.
Nori. Wow. Well played.
wow.
Well played. Well
So
played.
Nori and Masumi takes it.
Takes it. Ooh. This
So
is a
then,
tighter, eh?
how would you say congratulations?
Omedeto.
Omedetou.
Omenito.
Omedeto.
Omedetou.
Omenito.
Omedeto.
Omedeto.
Omedetou.
Omedeto.
Yes,
Omedeto.
Omedetou.
Okay,
Omedeto.
Omedeto.
Omedito.
Wow.
Omedito.
Yeah.
Omedeto Nori.
Omedetou Nori. Perfect.
Hey, let's go.
yeah.
Well
Omedeto
played.
Nori.
Thank you. Vamos.
Vincent here.
Yeah, it's here. Okay.
So let's
So-
go ahead and cut it up into our sponsors while we get prepared for the next square off.
Perfect.
Thank you very much for
Thank you,
joining
thank you.
us.
Yeah,
My
you
pleasure,
guys,
my
thank
pleasure.
you so much. It was
Thank you.
invaluable.
Thank you,
to-
guys. Thank
Domo
you.
arigato gozaimasu.
Yes, yes.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Thank you so much. We are so humbled. We are so humbled to have you guys here on
Yeah,
set.
no, our pleasure, our pleasure. It
Yeah.
was super fun.
Yeah.
Especially.
Mike, let's go to commercial. Let's go to our advertisers and our sponsors.
They're the
Nuevo Cupra Born. 100% eléctrico.
Get down in the car, one time give it all. Bust it open hard, let me see you jump. I fucked up this hustle, yeah, we hustle, but the let me see you jump.
Nuevo Cupra Born. 100% eléctrico.
Get down in the car, one time give it all. Bust it open hard, let me see you jump. I fucked up this hustle, day we hustle, but the oh my. Let me see you jump.
Nuevo Cupra Born, 100% eléctrico.
Let me see you jump.
Nuevo Cupra Born. 100% eléctrico.
Get down in the car, one time give it all. Bust it open hard, let me see you jump. I fucked up this hustle, yeah, we hustle, but the oh my. Let me see you jump.
Nuevo Cupra Born. 100% eléctrico.
You go from
Nuevo Cupra Born. 100% eléctrico.
Get down in the car, one time give it all. Bust it open hard, let me see you jump. I fucked up this hustle, yeah, we hustle, but the oh my. Let me see you jump.
Nuevo Cupra Born. 100% eléctrico. Nuevo Cupra Born. 100% eléctrico.
Get down in the car, one time give it all. Bust it open hard, let me see you jump. I fucked up this hustle, baby hustle, but the oh my. Let me see you jump.
Nuevo Cupra Born. 100% eléctrico.
You go from Get down in the car, one time give it all. Bust it open hard, let me see you jump. I fucked up this hustle, day we hustle, but the oh my. Let me see you jump.
Nuevo Cupra Born, 100% eléctrico.
You go from
Nuevo Cupra Born. 100% eléctrico.
Get down in the car, one time give it all. Bust it open hard, let me see you jump. I fucked up this Russell, baby hustle, but the oh my. Let me see you jump.
Nuevo Cupra Born. 100% eléctrico.
You go from time give it all. Bust it open, huh? Let me see you jump. I fucked up this hustle, yeah, we hustle, but then oh my. Let me see you jump.
Nuevo Cupra Born, 100% eléctrico.
Down in the car, one time give it all. Bust it open, huh? Let me see you jump. I fucked up this hustle, yeah, we hustle, but then oh my.